Hey friends, it is Monday, a start of a new week, and I am Lisa with Made to Create with Lisa. And I'm here today to make another pumpkin craft. A few more pumpkin decor items that will kind of blend with some of the other things that we've already made. I don't know if you can see this, but I hung the garland up behind me. I'm going to take it downstairs as soon as I decorate my house, but for now, I thought I would hang it up here so that maybe you could see it a little bit better. Today, we are going to use these wooden pumpkins that I found at Target. And, well, I'll show you what they look like out of the box, but I bought an extra set because I thought that I might get addicted to this technique. So we're going to use these, and we are going to use some of our decorative masks that we carry. And we have a couple different designs, and I'm using a couple from each set. So we are going to get right to it. I have so much stuff on my desk right now that it is a complete disaster. So hopefully I can find everything and we can make what I have planned. So let me bring you over and point you down. Hey Karen, how are you? All right. Sorry about that. I'm trying to get you situated there. There we are. Okay. So like I said, we are going to use these wood pumpkins, and they're about an inch thick. And let me show you what I did with them. So here's one, and here's another. So you can see that they're nice and thick, about an inch. And this one, I used my Waverly Antique Wax and a baby wipe. And I just stained the whole thing so that it's a nice wood color. I use this antique wax all the time. Our Walmart no longer carries Waverly brand, so I'm going to have to switch to something else as soon as this is gone. But for now, that's what I have. This one I painted with the Waverly chalk paint in the color of plaster. And I did all this in advance because it takes time for this stuff to dry. So you don't have to use chalk paint. I just have chalk paint, and so that's what I did with this one. So the key ingredient we're going to use today from Stampin' Up is our embossing paste. And hey, Brenda, we have a couple different kinds. This is the plain white embossing paste, and then we also have a white that has a shimmer in it. It's glitter, but this is just the plain today, and I'm using that because we're going to do a couple different techniques with it. So the other thing that you need when you do this, when you use the embossing paste, is you have to have some palette knives. And we have a set of palette knives in the catalog. It's a set of 3, and I just have 2 right here. Let me show you. Let's see, it's on page 128. And that is where we picture our embossing paste and then a couple of our different sets of masks. There's other stuff on here too, but this is what we're going to be using today. And this is on page 128 of our main catalog. We also came out with another set of masks in our holiday catalog, and it's this one here. So we currently have 3 different sets of masks. Okay, so like I said, you need to have palette knives to use it with, and you will see what we're going to do here. All right, so I'm going to start with the plain or the stained wood one. And I'm going to pull in this mask here. Now, I've taken things out of these different sets, so I don't know which is which, but let me just show you what these look like. I won't pull them all out, but I'll just pull out this set. So like for instance, you'll get a set of 4. So as you can see, like this one has polka dots. This one has like a leaf design. This one looks like tree trunks. this one, this set I use all the time. I don't know where the fourth one is for that one. I think that's one of the other ones we're using today. Anyway, this I think is from the other set, and I'm going to choose to use this image right here. I mean, you could choose any of them you like, but look at how perfectly that fits onto my pumpkin. This pumpkin, let me look at it. It's about 4 inches tall and about 4 inches wide. Okay, so what you do is you just lay your stencil onto your object. You could do this on a card, like on cardstock. You can do it on, you know, like wood, like a home decor piece. You can really do it on anything, but we're just using it for home decor today. So some people choose, like if you're doing this on a card, some people would choose to put this down and like tape it down with washi tape or something so it doesn't move. I just try to be daring and hold it. Okay, so you just want to center it as best as you can. And I am going to use this fat, kind of scoopy looking style today. All right, so it's hard for me to do this on camera, so I might be out of the screen a little bit when I'm scooping, but I'm going to make sure there aren't any fuzzies on there. And then I'm just going to hold this down. And I'm going to, I just got a nice scoop. And I am going to just start lightly scraping this on. Okay, and the mask is made out of plastic, and so it is floppy and it does move, and so you want to be careful not to like move it too much so that you're getting underneath, if that makes sense, underneath the stencil. You just kind of want to stay on top. And I'm trying not to get any parts that I'm, you know, from the next image over. I just want to stay with this one image here. So I'm trying to be really careful. So I'm just lightly, very lightly scraping, and I'm making sure that the paste is getting worked down into the grooves. And I'm going to wipe off some of the extra here. And you just work it around so that all of your, I don't know what you call it, all the openings get paste worked into them. You don't want to push too hard because, like I said, you don't want it to get underneath the stencil, but at the same time, you want to be able to scrape this off so that you can reuse it. And I will just put this back into my container. So I've pretty much scraped all the excess off that I can. And now, are you ready? Actually, hold on. Sorry, that was anticlimactic. I noticed that this little dot up here needs to be a little bit more scraped. Okay. Okay, I like that a little bit better. Okay, are you ready? You just peel it off. Da 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 da. What do you think? Now, this paste that's left over on here will dry on here and like be on here forever and kind of ruin your stencil. So what I do is I rinse it off immediately. But since I'm on camera, what I'm doing is I'm putting this into a little bin of water behind me so that it will soak until I get a chance to clean it. So what do you think? So if you could see this in person, I don't know if you can tell that this is raised. Can you see that? Can you see that it's raised up? And this takes just like 2 minutes to dry, and then you can touch it and you can feel it that it's a raised image. It's not a flat paint. Isn't that cool? Okay, so let me show you the other one that I already made. with one of the other stencils. So that's with this stencil here. And like I said, I get them confused. I don't know which one this is from, but I have all the stuff that I will link, and you can see in the picture which set that one is from. And so this one is totally dry so that you can touch it. You can, well, let me see again if you can tell. See how that's raised? Can you see like I have a little bit of an extra glob right there? And it's fine. That doesn't bother me at all. But it's a textured piece. It's not flat. Okay, so now we're going to put this aside, and I'm going to show you another technique with the embossing paste. Hi, Teresa. Yes, it looks fantastic on a card. It really does. And it's the exact same technique. You just lay the stencil onto your cardstock, and then you just scrape on your paste and lift it off and let it dry. And it's exactly the same technique. All right, so what I'm going to do here is, I don't want too much, but I don't want too little. Okay, so I have a little piece of foil, and I am just going to put my paste on there, okay? And then, by the way, you always want to close this because this stuff does dry out. It really does dry out. And so honestly, once this is open, you should store it like in a Ziploc bag, and it might not even make it, like if you didn't use it again until like say next Christmas season or something, it might be dry. So you want to always make sure it's closed, really nicely sealed. And then a lot of people store it, like I said, like in a Ziploc or something, so it doesn't get any air in there at all. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is use my soft succulent reinker fluid, okay? You can do this with any color. And all I'm going to do is just put one little drop onto my paste. And then we are going to mix it in. You're just stirring it around. It feels a lot like, it has the consistency kind of frosting. And I'm just mixing it in so that I make sure that I have all of that color mixed in, so I don't have white paste left. Okay, so see now, look, now I have soft succulent paste. Isn't that cool? So I hope I have enough. I don't know if I do or not. All right, so now what I'm doing is I'm going to use my white pumpkin, and I'm going to use this stencil. And I am going to lay it on here. Let's see. I think that's good. All right. Actually, I'm going to move this on my right side here. This is where it gets a little tricky with trying to hold it and scrape at the same time. All right, and I'm just going to start scraping. Again, it's the exact same technique. You're just scraping and trying to fill all the little holes. This one, because it's not as intricate, it's actually a lot easier to do because you have a lot more of the plastic base holding everything in place. So just like frosting, I'm just spreading it all over. Make sure you have all of your holes filled. And I'm going to check up where I had my fingers. I feel like it's good. Okay, I think that's it. Are you ready? Isn't that cute? Okay, so I'm going to put this in my bin. And you see all this extra here? That's why you try not to do too much, because unless you like have some magical place that you can keep this, it's going to dry out. So since I have it, before it dries out, I think I'm going to try to do something else with it. But I don't know if I'll get I don't know if I'll be able to get to it before it dries out before the end of the live. Now, do you see how there's some stuff hanging off here? That's totally normal. So I just take my finger and kind of like scrape it off. You kind of lift it up because it's not dry yet. And it just comes off like that. So obviously I have it on my fingers, but that is okay. Never fear. I brought some baby wipes over here to to wipe my fingers off with. All right, so what do you think? Do you like this this smaller little design, or did you like the big swirly design better? Obviously, I kind of like them all. They work for all different things. But I kind of like this. I think this one's super cute. Okay, so I love, now again, I need to put this in into my bucket so that it doesn't dry on there. Okay, so now what I want to show you is some of the other ones that I made. So remember, the pumpkins come in a set. So I made this one with the Calypso Coral reinker fluid. Okay, and then I used this mask here, and I did it all over there. And the reason that I chose the coral and the soft succulent is because this is going to go really cute with like the banners and stuff that I've made to put in my house, the stuff that we've made in the last couple lives. Okay, so that's one set. And then I have this one and this one. Isn't that cute? So that one is using this stencil here. And so that's, you know, kind of the more the natural wood look. So now I felt like we kind of needed to finish our pumpkins so that I don't leave you hanging. All right, so what I did is I die cut a ton of leaves with several different papers. Okay, so these are both of our leaf sets. I used some leaves from each of our leaf sets. And I wanted to show you that this fantastic paper here is from Celebration, which only goes on for one more week. You only have one more week to earn things in the Celebration catalog. It goes until the end of September. Okay, so that's what this is from. And then this fantastic cork paper. Look at that. It's actually cork, except it's thin like paper. That's in our holiday catalog this year. And it is such cool paper. It's actually like soft. It's really cool. So what I did is I cut different ones and I just kind of played with them until they, you know, they just looked cute, and they're just going to be able to layer up like that. Okay. And then I am going to attach them onto our pumpkin so that it's kind of a finished look. And then we'll do that one with the other pumpkin. So I have twine here. Okay, I hope you're getting to know me well enough to know that how much I use twine. So what I do is I hold it on the back here and I just start wrapping. And I haven't done any of these yet, so I hope that it stays well. Oh yeah, look at that. Isn't that cute? Okay, so you'll see that I actually did the other side on this one too. Whoops, I have things sticking to it. All right, so I am going to tie my pumpkin twine on the back, and then I will cut off the tails. Just tie it in a knot like that, and then I'll cut off those tails. But now my my stem looks a little bit more finished. Let me find my scissors here. All right. So we'll cut off the tails. And I think that totally adds and makes it look way cuter. All right, and then we can do some tucking and gluing. And I'll probably cut off this stem a little bit and I'll tuck it under there. And that's kind of what the finished project will look like. And I will do the same to this one. Okay, I will lay this on there. You can visualize it. And I will finish that up off screen and then post a picture like I always do. What do you think? Okay, so I have that one. Next, we'll bring these ones back in. And I have a lot of the same color scheme. So this is Soft Succulent and Evening Evergreen, and then that Bedazzling paper from the Celebration catalog. And I will put together the leaves and layer those on there after I finish the stems. So here's my twine. And I'm going to wrap that on here. You just kind of wrap until you think you like it. And then we will tie that in a knot. There we go. And okay, you guys, so I officially looked up on the computer. I Googled it, and the first day of fall is in 2 days. I had no idea. I didn't know exactly when it was. Okay, I love how that adds on that one. So anyway, we definitely have to get a move on here in the Bowden household to get my house decorated. This keeps curling. All right. Can you see how I can totally touch this now? It's completely dry. It only just takes like 2 or 3 minutes. So I'm gonna wrap, wrap, wrap. I kind of like it kind of thick, but not too thick. All right. And then we will tie our knot. And then, like I said, I will add the leaves. I might end up using hot glue because, as you know, I feel that hot glue will hold home decor projects together better than just any other adhesive, because things get kind of knocked around and then I store it in a box for a year and stuff like that. Okay, look how much better that looks once you have the twine on the stem. It helps tie it all together. Yes. Okay. And then the last thing I'm going to add is a bow. So I have this Soft Succulent ribbon here, but see, I pulled out several things so that I could see what I thought. So let's just put together a sloppy bow really quick and just see if we like that look. Now see, to me, that's too fancy. Okay, so I'm gonna say no on that one. This one is the Chevron Weave Evening Evergreen color. This one might look pretty. What do you think of that one? I think that's pretty striking. Which one do you like? Okay, here's another one that I thought would look pretty. This is the Fine Art ribbon. You guys need to tell me what you think in the comments. And then I can finish this up. Ooh, this one might be it. What do you think? Do you think that these two should match or have different ribbons? I kind of feel like they should match. I kind of like that one with the coral. I have to decide. The last thing that I thought that I would try is maybe the lace, but that one might be too fancy too. Or we have the diamond weave ribbon. Look at all the options that we have. What color scheme are you guys going with to decorate your home for fall? Ooh, I like that one too. All right, I'm gonna have to decide, peeps. Okay, so that is what I have for you today, teaching you how to use the embossing paste. Okay, before we sign off, I wanted to give you one last chance. Today is the last day to sign up for my Painted Christmas Stamp Camp that is on the 2nd of October. I will put the link to sign up, but like I said, today's the last day to sign up, and it's going to be a really, really nice class. I think it's 6 total projects, and you'll get a ton of product too to take home, and that's going to be a lot of fun. All right, let me bring you back up here. Well, I hope you enjoyed that project, and let's see, I'm looking here on my desk for anything that I'm missing. I don't think that I forgot to tell you anything, so that's what we have for today. And I'm thinking about Thursday. I think I have another cool pumpkin thing that I'm going to give a try. Some of this stuff, you know, you just got to try, and you just got to see if it works and if you like it. And hi, Marty. Oh, Teresa, you don't decorate. Are you crazy? My whole house is just decked out, especially for fall. Anyway, yeah, you just got to try. You just got to have fun and play with it. And so that's what I'm doing. And so I hope you enjoyed using the embossing paste today. I hope you'll give it a try. And don't forget that you were made to create. Thanks. Bye.